Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2013 Thrilling 30 Trailcutter figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We'll have a look at the accessory that comes with him, that'll help you know if yours is complete. We can do some comparisons with him and his original Generation 1 self and the latest release of him to date with the making of this video. And of course we can have a quick look at the packaging and the comic book that comes with it. So for the first part of the video we're going to do some first impressions, and this is of course how you would get the figure if you just bought him brand new and took him out of the package. And I do actually really like this figure. It's quite basic for a deluxe figure, but it's good. You've got a nice head sculpt there. You can turn the head side to side. You can turn it all the way around if you wanted to. It hasn't really got a head rock or tilt. You can push it back a bit, but that is mainly for transformation purposes. But if you just press that red part there, that little lip, you can see it will return back to normal anyway. He's actually very articulate. You can see he's got ball and socket joints there in the shoulders. He's got a waist swivel. He's got the bicep bend. He's got the movement in the wrist, although that again, that's mainly for transformation purposes. Ball and socket hips, flexion, bending at the knees, and the toes. You can't say it's really an ankle rock. It's more of a toe tilt, which will push him up and down. But again, that is mainly for transformation purposes. And yeah, I just think he looks good. He's a little small for a deluxe figure, which you'll see in a second when we do some more comparisons. And again, if I want to be really pedantic with him, he is a little hollow. So he's got the hollow arms in the back there, and in the back of the legs. But this is all mainly just due to transformation purposes. What we're going to do now, though, we're going to have a detailed look at him first and foremost in his alternate mode. Okay, here he is in his alternate mode. Then quick apologies for not doing the transformation on camera. Two reasons: one, to keep the length of the video down, and two, because it will be in a separate video after this. So here is his alternate mode, and again, I think it looks really good, to be honest. It is very small. It does look super basic without the fact that you've got this accessory here. So what we've got here is this part needs to be folded down, because it does actually sometimes fold out. You can see there, which we'll see more in a second when we use it as a shield. But if we fold this over, you're left with that tab there, and you can see there's a space just underneath. There it is. So if we slot this in and over, this will now click into place like so. Oh, it's just lifted it up. There we go. You probably heard that click down. And there is the alternate mode. Now you can see he's got numerous other 5mm ports on the side, so you can attach loads of things to him, to be honest. But this was obviously before the time of the Battle Masters and all the blast effects, but you could do if you wanted. I'm just going to slide this out of the way for a second. Here is the original Trailbreaker, and I suppose the most surprising thing about this is a really small deluxe figure, as you'll see in a second when we go back to robot mode and we do some comparisons. You can see, yeah, the original G1 pretty much, it's about the same size, perhaps not as high though, but again, I think it looks good. I love the homage to the G1 there with the colours down the side. As you can see, the wheels go around, etc. And it's pretty much tucked up quite neatly all underneath all that, to be honest. While we're here, then let's have a look at the back of the box, because this is brilliant. We've got, of course, a tech spec there, and we've got a bit of writing about him there. So what I'll do is I'll say pause. If you guys want to, you can then read that for yourselves. Just a great little touch, this on the back, the fact that obviously they did a brilliant homage to Generation 1. Let's have a quick look at the comic then. I'm not going to show you it all because obviously you don't want to read it, all you want to see the review, but this is brilliant artwork there of Trailcutter, and you've got their own special little spotlight IDW story inside here. And again, it's just, I think it's great for the fact that it's free and it came packaged with the figure. It's brilliant. The other thing I think is brilliant is the instructions. So I know it sounds silly because they're just instructions, but again, you've got some fantastic artwork there. But what I really like is the fact that on the one side, this is all changing the robot to vehicle, and then on the other side, you've got the reverse. So you haven't just got to remember it. You've got vehicle back to robot. I think that's brilliant. Right, let's round this video up then and get him back in robot mode, do some comparisons and some final thoughts. Okay then, back for the final time, and we're going to have a detailed look in the robot mode, see how his accessories fit, and do some comparisons. I'm going to choose to keep him in robot mode when he's on my display as well. And what we're going to look at is attaching the accessories. Now this is, I suppose, it's quite big, but it's multifunctional. You've got a 5mm peg there and a 5mm peg at the front. Now, if you really wanted to, it isn't really advisable to, but you can, if you want to, you can attach this to the top there if you want. Give him like a huge blaster coming off the top of his head. And again, if you remember when he was in vehicle mode, you've got all these 5mm pegs all the way down, so you can attach these to the side of his forearms like a blaster like that, or you could even use that small peg there and attach it into his hand like so, and it still forms some part of a shield. But the way that it should be used is if you take this piece and if you fold it out like so, you've then got this handle down here, and then you can then use it as a proper shield. So we can turn the hand around just to hold this into position, and by doing this, that is pretty much how they're using it and showing on the box. It looks really good. So it's like a shield and it's a blaster at the same time. I'm going to keep that there for now, to be honest, and let's do a couple of comparisons then. So here his original Generation 1 self is, but of course he was known as Trailbreaker. He's got a couple of names, this guy. As I say, he's known as Trailbreaker, Trailcutter and Trailblazer, and I've done my very best to try and find out why, whether it's copyrights or anything. But if anybody else does know, please leave their comments so I understand and can educate myself at the same time. Now, I did mention before that this is quite a small deluxe figure, and this just completely proves it. So you can see this is the latest version of Trailbreaker to date. So that's the Earthrise version there. And, you know, it's a good full inch or so taller than him. And there's the original one. They're pretty much bang on. Same height, same everything when they're in either mode. But, yeah, there you go. I've forgotten how good this figure was, to be honest. Thrilling 30 I really liked. I think the Generations Thrilling 30 line, some people didn't. I know they didn't. But for me, I think it really definitely sparked more of my interest in the Generations toy line. I was very much just a G1 collector at that particular moment in time, so these definitely helped, I suppose, yeah, exactly that, spark my interest in them. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking at it. I hope it brought back nice memories if you had one yourself, or indeed if it helps you with your decision in getting one for yourself. I will continue to do more of the Thrilling 30 line. This will be in the Thrilling 30 playlist, so there's more to see as well. And any other thing you want to see, let me know. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.